What's up, YouTube? This your boy, bigboyfactsjonny. Tonight we'll do my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. You guys new. Hit that like button, helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, bigboyjonny25, my Instagram, bigboyfactsjonny, and my Twitter, bigboyfactsjonny. And let's get started. Now, AEW was a good show. It was way better than last week. It says, Matt Hardy kicked the show off by announcing Angelico as the man to take out his adversary Christian Cage tonight. So we get Angelico versus Christian Cage. This was a solid match right here. Solid. The two men catch wrestling one another until Cage does the 10 punch in the corner. Angelico fights back and focuses on the left arm of Christian. Matt Hardy talks smack as Angelico continues to work on Cage. Let's go, Christian chant. Angelico goes for the Navarro death roll, but Christian frees himself on to be PK kick. A modified arm by Angelico. Christian finds himself up top and hits a reverse DDT. Massive right hands by Christian Cage, and then drop him with a shoulder tackle. Missile drop kick off the middle rope by Christian for 2. Christian does a reverse guillotine on the apron. Diving headbutt on Angelico for another 2 count. Later on, Angelico leaps off the top to get some feet to face. Christian rolls him up for a near fall. Angelico hits a ground insecurity and then jackknife pins Christian, but only a 2 count. Christian hits a pendulum kick, then his reverse back elbow from up top. Kill switch, and it's all over. The winner of the match, Christian Cage. That match itself was solid. Jack Evans comes after Cage post-match, but Cage fights him off. Matt Hardy nails him with a twist of fate. Jungle Boy wants out for the save. Tony Schiavone announced that next week Solo and QT Marshall will face Cody Rhodes, who will be partnering with Brock Anderson, R. Anderson's son. The 3 men come out. Cody said that next week. Brock says he's still home next week, even after being born on third base. He believes Brock can get it done. He also wouldn't mind getting retribution for last week after being beat by Anthony Ogogo. Out comes QT, who takes expectation to that. He pinned Cody all by himself. Marshall says enough of the vanity projects and this nepotism. He's sick of this. He says when AEW goes back on the road on July 7th, he wants a full house so he can whoop his you-know-what. He means literally in a South Beach strap match. Cody wants a strap match right now, but losing his belt. QT smacks on with a belt, and Brock punched the piss out of him before QT bails. Match card number 2. So we get Death Triangle and Andy Kitchen versus the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler. This was a pretty good match. In a pre-match promo, Eddie tries to form more of the bond between Pac and Penta, but they aren't so neat on that. John Collins joins commentary. Bell rings and Matt and Pac jaw. Matt gets nailed by Penta. Pac and Eddie Brandon Cutler get brought in by Matt and in the hallway, and Pac takes it to him. Eddie promotes for the tag, but Pac bypass him for Penta. Some low shots to Cutler. Notice he gets a huge shot to the chest by Penta. Eddie finally gets the tag, and hits a double stomp on Cutler for a 2 count. Stalling suplex by Kingston. He covers for a 2 count. Front Century allowed Pac to tag himself in. Not long, Matt tags in Pac and takes it to him and his brother. A series of kicks from Pac before Nick pulls him out. Pac back by drops Brandon that opens up a window for a Nick attack. We head to picture-in-picture. Back from the break, Pac fights off his foes. He balls Matt Jackson off after a tornado DDT. He amped hat tickly tags in Eddie, who suplexed both Bucks. Eddie chance as Penta gets tagged in. Bucks accidentally super kick Color. Destroyer on Matt. Color again gets kicked in the face. Backstabber for Nick. Package pile driver to Matt and Color slide in to make the save. Penta kicks Matt down. Eddie twerks the bad guys from interfering with Pac, and Penta joins in too as Pac recovers up top. 450 splash by Pac in the brutalizer. Nick tries to kick him off but Pac won't. With Eddie regulates to, and the two partners talk to the outside. Pac nearly gets rolled up by Matt, but no dice. The three-man work over Pac. Color goes for a springboard, but missed, and Eddie hits his spinning back elbow. Pac calls for the win. The winner of the match, Pac, Penta, and Eddie Kingston. This was pretty good. Pretty good match. The Elite and Insurgents come out to attack the trio, but Frankie comes out for the save. Back from break, out comes Pinnacle. Dax downplays the loss of Stadium Stampede before calling out Santana and Ortiz. They are cut from the same clothes besides Stark. Difference. Dax says he has a wife and kid to provide for, but guess who doesn't? Cash, and he doesn't give a you-know-what about their families. Next, Shawn Spears trash Sammy Guevara and calls him an indie wrestler. Wallow says Jake Hager is obsessed with him. Why is that? It is because he brings out the absolute best in him. Therefore, Jake Hager invites Wallow in his comfort zone. Despite that, Wallow accepts MJF, says he tired because you know why? Because he is the best. He used to idolize Chris Jericho in his youth. He cites July 2019 when he first saw Jericho in Jacksonville. Working with Chris should have been a dream come true, but it wasn't. He says it turned out Jericho was just like everyone else. He already beaten him twice. He has nothing left to prove. Jericho request is denied. He calls out Sammy Guevara as well. He tells him to keep his name out of his mouth. Jericho appears on the big screen, and he in the inner circle then destroyed the Pinnacle's limo in a parking lot. Darby Allin says he's not replacing Sting next week. He wants a handicap match. He turns to Sting and tells him to stay home. Sting tries to settle him down. He says they both won, and Darby says it's not about that. Just stay home, please. Sting obligates. They fist bump one another. Evil Uno has a brief video package as he expresses connections to the late Brody Lee and his desire to win the TNT title. Match time. Match card number 3, TNT Championship match. Evil Uno versus Miro. This was good. I enjoyed this. Miro and Uno mix it up. Miro begins to showcase his strength and body slams Uno. Hard body shots, and Uno tries to chop at Miro, but it ain't happening. Miro does get dubbed by Uno, but Miro pulls him out. Uno hits a dive senton from the apron. Back in the ring, Miro catches Uno from up top to back suplex. We had to break. Back from it, Uno is getting dominated, and Dark Order comes out to motivate Uno back in the ring. Miro takes out STU Grayson and Alien Angels, leaves not wanted to cost Uno the match. Leave not wanted to cost Uno the match. Uno gives Miro some forearms and hits a salsa hurricanrana. Back booed by Uno. He climbs up top and hits a senton 1 count. All of Dark Order come out on stage to cheer on Uno. Miro tries rolling Uno up, but Uno shows him off in the corner. Oh, excuse me. In the corner, Miro collides and gets a near fall on him, but Uno tributes Brody Lee with a disgust lyric, but Miro doesn't get knocked down. Hammers Uno down after stomp, and then a game over submission. Uno taps out the winner and still your TNT champion Miro. This was a good match. JR will sit down Andrade next week, and a hype video is made for Andrade and build. Tony Schiavone introduced Kenny Omega and Don Callis. They congratulate Jungle Boy on his Battle Royal win, but Don Callis him a one-hit wonder. Kenny says he's supposed to build Jungle Boy up, and honestly he doesn't have to disparage anything about Jungle Boy. He reminds him of a young Kenny, but something is missing. What is it, Don? He doesn't have the guts. Out comes Jungle Boy. Kenny sniggers. He just as surprised as anybody because Jungle Boy doesn't appear to him to be a promo guy. He says, but doesn't have the guts. Nobody is better than Kenny. If he has something to say, he better say it quick. Man, you talk way too much. The two scuffle, but Jungle Boy goes to almost lock Omega in the snare trap, but he sees the Young Bucks comes out and leaves. Mark Sterling builds up the strong promotion success of Jade Cargill. He's going to make sure that she makes all that money. Jay mentions that catchphrases and monetizing of it. I'm not, you know what. Scorpio Sky says Darby not finding a partner is the dumbest thing he done. Ethan asks him if he understands the mental consequences of that. Bit by bit, they're going to chop him down, and they're gonna raise up the only up for the man of the year. So we get match card number 4: Lance Archer versus Chandler Hopkins. Quick match. Archer bulldozes Hopkins and chokeslams him. He chops him in the corner and hits a blackout, and it's over. The winner of the match slams Archer. Archer immediately walks off without celebrating. The wingman throws down the gauntlet against Orange Cassidy. Match card number 5: Nyla Rose, accompanied by Vicky Guerrero versus Legit Leia Hirsch. Nyla broadsides Hirsch to start the match. Body slam. Hirsch rolls her over in an armbreaker, but Rose makes it to the ropes. Shotgun dropkick sends Rose to the outside. Nyla intercepts. Layla top and slams her into the apron. Layla locks in an armbreaker on the outside, but Nyla throws her into the barricade. But in the ring, Nyla Rose knocks her down. Big time diving knee drop by Rose. She wrenches the neck and we go to picture. Back from the break, Layla gets a near fall. Nyla breaks a wrist lock, but Legit Layla rolls over for a German suplex. Knee strike, a very impressive moonsault press. She gets another arm breaker, but Nyla powerbombs her down. Nyla Rose hangs her over the ropes and attempts her diving knee drop by Layla. Fights her off. Rose and her slug get out up top. Layla goes for a Frankenstein, but Rose turns it into a avalanche beast bomb for the victory. The winner of the match, Nyla Rose. Backstage, Tony Schiavone is with Britt Baker and Reba. She runs down Nyla. She knows Nyla is coming for this title, but she needs it. While Britt makes the division DMD. So we get the main event: Powerhouse Hobbs and Brian Cage versus Dark Order number 10 and Hangman Page. This was quick. This was okay for what it was. Taz joins commentator. Cage catches Page and shoulder thrusts him in the corner. Page fires back with some shots. Cage goes for a pump handle suplex, but Page flips Larry Cage down and moonsault press for a cover. Kick off soon. Tan gets a blind tag and takes it to Cage. Big corner attack by him with a running pump kick. Cage collides with him in his own corner, and Hobbs gets the tag. Powerhouse utilized the ropes in the atmosphere, pain into Dark Order 10. Kitchen sink by Hobbs to 10. We go to the final break. Back and forth they go. The Dark Order 10 does find himself isolated. Big time boot by Hangman when he does become legal. Boot at Hobbs and he tries to dive onto Cage, but gets caught. Hangman turns the tables and runs him into post. Hangman gets a near fall on Hobbs. Hobbs changed the momentum with a massive lariat. Head scissors by Cage to Dark Order 10. Hangman knocks Cage out of action. He hits Hobbs hard and covers Hobbs. Hand is underneath the bottom rope, so no pin is made. Dark Order number 10 and Hobbs go at it soon, but then Cage gets involved for a high-low on 10. 1-2 kick out. Hook comes into metal and to distract the ref. He does. Starks toss Cage the FTW belt. Cage throws it back. Ricky yells at him on the apron and slaps Cage hard. Cage chases Starks out and it leaves Hobbs on his own. It soon becomes too much as Hobbs gets a buckshot Larry and we get the 1-2-3. The winner of the match, Hangman Page and Dark Order number 10. Post-match, Hangman and the Dark Order celebrates with some beer, and AEW goes up there. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I gotta say. It was way better than last week. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review on highlights, please drop a like on this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, bigboyjohnny25, my Instagram, bigboyfactsjonny, and my TikTok, bigboyfactsjonny. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay strong, and always stay positive. Have a great weekend, guys.